With 13 full big league seasons, 319 home runs, 9 All-Star appearances, and 3 American League Most Valuable Player awards, Mike Trout is undeniably one of the greatest talents the MLB has ever seen. But behind this impressive resume lies a bitter truth that no one likes to discuss. Believe it or not, baseball is more than just a job for some players, and Mike Trout is one of them. It's all he has ever known. You see, Mike was born to Jeff and Debbie Trout in Vinland, New Jersey on October 7, 1991, and grew up in nearby Millville. His father, Jeff, played baseball at the University of Delaware and was talented enough to be drafted as a 5th-round pick by the Minnesota Twins in 1983. Unfortunately, Jeff's promising career in the major leagues was cut short due to a torn plantar fascia and knee injuries. However, as the saying goes, like father, like son. Jeff's passion for baseball was passed down to his son. Mike Trout grew up as a die-hard Philadelphia Phillies fan and attended their World Series parade in 2008. With his dad as a mentor, Mike had the guidance he needed to develop his skills. He started playing baseball in Cal Ripken Baseball, a division of the Babe Ruth League, primarily as a shortstop. He wore number 2 in honor of his childhood hero, the New York Yankees shortstop Derek Jeter, before switching to number 1 in high school. Mike played travel ball with the Tri-State Arsenal, one of the premier programs in the Northeast. Starting at just 14, he worked with their coaches and competed in top-tier tournaments, including the Perfect Game WWBA Championships in Jupiter, Florida in 2007 and 2008. The summer before his senior year, Trout attended the prestigious Area Code Games in Southern California, where he went 6 for 11 against some of the best players in the country. That's how talented he was. Mike was exceptionally strong and lightning fast. Angel scout Greg Morhart, who had played in the minor leagues with Trout's father, claimed Mike was the fastest and strongest 17-year-old he had ever seen. And Greg wasn't the type to exaggerate. But it wasn't just baseball that Mike was good at. The guy was a high school superstar, racking up 5 letters, 3 in baseball and 2 in basketball. During his junior year, he threw a no-hitter against Egg Harbor Township High School, which left the other team wondering what hit them. The Thunderbolts made it to the state playoffs that year, but were ultimately defeated by Cherry Hill High School East. Initially a pitcher and shortstop, Mike transitioned to the outfield during his senior year, and it turned out to be a wise move. That year, he hit 18 home runs, setting a New Jersey high school record and probably causing a local baseball shortage. Trout had committed to play baseball at East Carolina University before the 2009 MLB draft. Millville High School initially planned to retire Trout's jersey number, but instead decided to award it to the team captain starting in 2012, because really, who wouldn't want to channel their inner Trout? Unfortunately, when it was time for the draft, luck wasn't on Mike's side. You see, in 2008, the Angels had a stellar season, winning a Major League Best 100 games and reaching the postseason for the 5th time in 7 years. However, their success on the field came at a cost. The Angels were frequent players in the free agency market, which directly impacted their draft capabilities. Over the previous 5 drafts, they forfeited 7 high-round picks as compensation for signing free agents, losing either a first or second-round pick every year. The 2009 draft was no different. The Angels surrendered their own number 1 pick as compensation for signing free agent closer Ben Fuentes. But fate had a twist in store. The Angels also lost several key players to free agency, including closer Francisco Rodriguez to the Mets, first baseman Mark Teixeira to the Yankees, and starting pitcher John Garland to the Diamondbacks. As a result, the team ended up with a surplus of high-round picks, including back-to-back selections at 24 and 25. This is where Mike comes in. Despite being one of the most talented players in baseball history, Mike lasted until the Los Angeles Angels' back-to-back picks at numbers 24 and 25. That means 21 teams including the Washington Nationals and Arizona Diamondbacks, each of whom picked twice before that, passed on Trout. With that, he launched his professional career straight out of high school in 2009, playing for the Arizona Angels in the rookie-level Arizona League. Mike hit an impressive .360 with .418 on-base percentage and a .506 slugging percentage, racking up 1 home run, 25 RBIs, and 13 stolen bases in 187 plate appearances over 39 games. Despite these stellar stats, he was narrowly edged out for the AZL Most Valuable Player Award by Cody Decker. Trout capped off the season with the Cedar Rapids Colonels of the Class A Midwest season, hitting .267 over 20 plate appearances in 5 games. Before the 2010 season, Trout was considered the Angels' 3rd best prospect and the 85th best in all of baseball by Baseball America. He started the season with the Cedar Rapids Colonels, where he put up video game numbers: a .362 batting average, a .454 on-base percentage, and a .526 slugging percentage, along with 6 home runs, 39 RBIs, and 45 stolen bases in 82 games. His outstanding performance earned him a spot in the All-Star Futures game. By July, Baseball America had elevated Trout to the 2nd best overall prospect in baseball. After the Futures game, he was promoted to the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes of the Class A Advanced California League. After the season, Trout didn't just rack up frequent flyer miles, he snagged the Topps Minor League Player of the Year award. At just 19 years and 2 months old, he became the youngest player to ever win the award. Clearly, he wasn't just playing in the minors, he was putting on a show. He was also named Baseball America's All-Star and a Topps Class A All-Star. Heading into 2011, Trout was the top dog on ESPN's Keith Law's Top 100 Prospects list and MLB's Jonathan Mayo's list too. He started the 2011 season with the Arkansas Travelers of the Class AA Texas League, where he hit .324 with 9 home runs, 27 RBIs, and 28 stolen bases in his first 75 games. With that kind of excellence and consistency, it was only right that the Angels set him up on the big stage. And that's exactly what they did. The Angels promoted Trout on July 8, 2011, to replace the injured Peter Burhos in center field. He made his major league debut that night, going 0 for 3, likely wondering if he had accidentally picked up a cricket bat instead. In his next game, Trout recorded his first career major league hit, an infield single against Seattle Mariners pitcher Michael Pineda in the bottom of the 3rd inning. He hit his first major league home run against Baltimore Orioles pitcher Mark Worrell on July 24. He then proceeded to have a spectacular rookie season, leading the American League in runs scored and stolen bases, while posting a .326 batting average. His stellar defense in center field and his dominance in the advanced statistical categories also led many fans to trumpet him as the 2012 American League Most Valuable Player. But in a twist that left many scratching their heads, he finished 2nd in the MVP voting to Miguel Cabrera of the Detroit Tigers. Trout did, however, win American League Rookie of the Year honors by a unanimous vote, which was like getting a participation trophy, but way cooler. Trout's 2nd season was just as impressive. He again led the AL in runs with 109 and drew 110 walks, feats that helped him post a .432 on-base percentage. However, his accomplishments were again overshadowed by Cabrera, and Trout once more finished 2nd to the Detroit Slugger in MVP voting. But 2014 was definitely Mike Trout's breakout year. He smashed a career-high 36 home runs, led the league with 111 RBIs, and topped the run scored leaderboard with 115. This stellar performance finally pushed him past Cabrera, earning Trout the AL MVP title for the season. Over the next decade, Trout consistently proved he was one of the best players in baseball, piling up accolades and jaw-dropping stats. But here's the scary truth. Despite his incredible talents, the Los Angeles Angels have failed to build a winning team around him. It's like having a Ferrari, but only driving it in a school zone. Sure, it's impressive, but not reaching its full potential. Despite being one of the best players of his generation, the Los Angeles Angels have failed to capitalize on Trout's talent. Trout has been an MVP contender and an All-Star nearly every year since he started in 2011. Yet, the Angels have only made the playoffs once, in 2014, and were quickly knocked out. The team has often struggled with losing seasons due to poor pitching, inconsistent hitting, and frequent injuries. To top that off, questionable decisions by team management, like bad trades and ineffective free agent signings, have kept them from building a strong team. This lack of success means Trout hasn't had many chances to play in the postseason, missing out on the chance to shine on the biggest stage. Right now, Mike still might be the greatest baseball player produced by his generation, but he'll never again be that 25-year-old who had all the time and opportunity in the world. And from the looks of things, he might end up hanging up his bat after his contract with the team expires. If that happens, Mike Trout might really just be another wasted talent in the baseball universe. Or at least, that's what we think. Let us know what you think in the comments.